Hi, folks. Welcome to my live blog from Bethel Pentecostal Church in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. I'm just going to do a very short blog this afternoon because I'm severely overtired and I've been battling a cold all week last week and including today, and I'm quite overtired because I'm doing a 4 nights straight security shifts on top of the uh, web podcasts that I just put up on BethelTab.ca, and I haven't gotten around to doing the social media posting. Uh, the biggest update I need to give to you folks is this person that I know by name. He's been coming to my door lately. He used to be a tenant in Ska Sunrise and is no longer there because of drug use, and he was constantly harassing other tenants and that, and they didn't appreciate it, and the former property managers evicted him and basically said that they wasn't allowed to come back on the property. So everything was fine until the property management changed, and then he took full advantage of the opportunity to come back. So he started with borrowing the Wi-Fi password, which was fine, and then he progressed to trying to borrow my headphones, and I did that, and it was fine. I could trust him that. T- but when it got to the point where he wasn't returning things, like, and I just told him I can't lend you out my headphones because I've had to replace them, and which is just a good segue to what's been going on. Last Thursday, I went to a neighbor's place in the same building as on the property as I'm living in. I asked this person, this neighbor, uh, whether my smartphone's there, and he said that person that I know by name has that phone, which is my Samsung Galaxy S4 Black. So I at about 6 o'clock in the evening on Saturday. No, I take that back. It was Thursday. Yeah, because it was all the same day. Thursday, so 6 o'clock comes along. Clubhouse is basically closed for the day. I go into housing office. I go into Facebook because I know a lot of members of Unity House are on Facebook without naming individuals. So I go to this one person's Facebook page, which is the offender in this case. I click on the message button, send a message. Didn't hear back from him. So, and I also send a message to his girlfriend on Facebook. Same procedure. Never heard back. Next thing I know, I walk back to my place. The girlfriend of this person bawling her eyes out. Here I am trying to mind my own business, and I'm listening to this, and it's like I want to support that woman, but I have to prepare for a patrol because it's my paid job, being a security guard, and that's the biggest reason why I need that phone. I do my social media on it. I it's like a computer. I do productivity like my written blogs. A lot of them I do on computer, but sometimes I do them on the smartphone. I do a lot of my live blogs that I'm doing now on my smartphone, and because I don't have a computer at home, that's my computer, my smartphone. And when I have to go to these kind of lengths to broadcast to you folks, it's a really big inconvenience because I'm using the church's equipment instead of my own personal equipment, which isn't really an ideal situation at the best of times, let alone the worst of times. So, so I go to one of my closest neighbors, knock on his door, and I tell him about it. He says, "Call the cops. Call the cops. They won't do anything because it's not a criminal code matter." So I go to work, but before I go to work, I phone my boss's cell. I tell him about it. So I go, and then I go to work. I tell patrol about it, and so I do my patrol. I at the one site, do my other patrol at the other site. Ha, have my usual kale and feta morning McWrap at the Main Street McDonald's and coffee and apple pies and that, and then I come home on this is Friday morning. I check my messages on my home phone, my smartphone, because I still know the password to both of them, and there's no messages. So I go I pick up a piece of paper. So I knew I had to report the smartphone stolen. So I phoned Bell Mobility's toll-free number and reported it stolen first. And then I went to the smartphone care plan warranty phone number, toll-free number, and I called it and told them. So my phone should be coming in Monday, which is tomorrow. So I'm hoping everything will get back to normal. This morning I did send an email to the lead housing support person and sent carbon copies to the interim portfolio manager for BC Housing and the other housing rep for BC Housing for the Ska Sunrise, and to explain the situation. And I want that person named in that email to be permanently banned from the property Uh, and the exact wording is to be permanently banned, but to be permanently, let's rephrase that, to be placed permanently on the permanently banned list. Excuse me, I'll be doing a whole bunch of throat clearing and sniffling because it's cold. And that if he enters the property, that it it's I'll paraphrase it. It constitutes a breach under Section 4 of the Trespasser Property Act in the province of British Columbia, and Section 41 of the Criminal Code of Canada, which deals with assault by trespasser. That's if this person's asked to leave the property and he doesn't leave without any questions asked. So I've done that. So I've done what I've needed to do as a private individual, and then I'm going to leave it at the housing professionals level and property management to deal with, because I'm not the only tenant that's been harassed by this person. There's an next door neighbor that lives to the west of me, who I won't name. He's been constantly harassed by this person, asking for cigarettes and rolling papers and all this, and I keep overhearing him ask this person for that, and he's had enough of it. And it's getting to the point, if something doesn't get done about it soon, somebody's going to call the police. And that's what it's going to come down to. Because harassment is intolerable when it's not asked for. Like the odd casual joke, no problem. But this goes beyond casual joke. He's using people. And it's really bad when I go into a neighbor's house and I see drug paraphernalia in the house. I'm not gonna name names, but that's what I observe. So, which suggests that visitor has been using drugs under the cover of my neighbor, like. And it's like, I'm like, what? I'm thinking, what the heck are you doing allowing him to do that when the rules of Scott Sunrise don't allow you to do that? It's like, at Scott Sunrise Properties, it's like there's zero tolerance for illegal drug activity. Zero tolerance. They won't allow it. If they see it happening, or if a tenant reports it, they have the landlord has grounds to evict that person. Absolutely. And that's coming straight from the Residential Tenancy Act in the province of British Columbia, folks. I'm not making this up. And you can ask your lawyer in the province of British Columbia. They'll confirm exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, again, I reiterate, we have a zero tolerance policy at Scott Sunrise for illegal drug activity. I think, and I would welcome the interior portfolio manager for the Okanagan Region BC Housing to correct me if I'm mistaken, but about the fine line between the medicinal use of cannabis or marijuana is concerned. I don't know if there's an exception to that rule or whether it's a blanket no illegal drugs whatsoever type policy. So I welcome her to set me straight in that regard. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you folks about today, other than the fact that this bad cold is getting the best of me, and I had about 3 nosebleeds during the weekend, and because I broke a blood vessel, and I thought I was blowing my nose okay, and I must have blew my nose too hard. So I'm trying to be more careful not to blow my nose so hard, because I had to not take my aspirin because aspirin is like a blood thinner, like salt is. And so with the smartphone, it's going to cost me $150 a smartphone plan to replace it, which is fine. I'm going along with that. I could have, on the other hand, paid the $350. Say, okay, guys, I'll I'll pay out the balance of the contract and sign up for a new 2-year plan with Bell Mobility. That's my carrier, my cell phone provider, and upgrade to the new Samsung Galaxy S6, or I could go up to the 6 Edge. 6 Edge is a bigger screen, which is double the storage capacity. You'll have to excuse me, folks. I'm going to go off mic for a second to do what I need to do here. Sorry about that, folks. Had to clear my throat. So I could have done that, but with the work being so scarce now in the wintertime, it's like I have to be financially responsible for all the expenses, and my smartphone bill was like almost $200, $193.16, and it's usually 137.76 because I went over my 5 gigs of data, which rarely happens. It rarely happens, but this month it did. And this person that borrowed my smartphone didn't help matters. He just added to the problem, and it won't be an issue much longer, because if he comes to my door again asking for my smartphone, I'm just going to say, I'm not lending you anything anymore because you stole my phone the last time, and I'm not going to take that risk ever again, because and I'm hoping property management will just be firm with him and just say, you're not allowed on the property. If you are, if we find you to be on the property, or attendance report to us or they call the cops, they'll hear about it. Because I don't care if these individuals or this individual is a member of Unity House or not. It's like that person came into my space and onto his phone with the expectation that I get it back before I have to work, and he failed to meet his end of the bargain. Not fair to me, because my smartphone isn't a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. I use it for everything. I use it for internet use, live streaming of this live blog, YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, everything. Even LinkedIn, Twitter. I even use the Polaris Office 5 for my security reports if it rains or snows, simply because I don't, when my notebook gets wet, the paper one, I have something to fall back on. The only mistake I did make was not uploading it to Google Drive for that detailed record, because now I've lost it forever. So I had to apologize to the contract client through my security report for not providing a detailed report and going by memory, which was very sparse at the best of times, on the worst of times. So I've had a lot of catching up to do as far as work, paperwork, and the work department's concerned. Hopefully Monday I can turn it all in, Monday or Tuesday, and just get it off my chest and enjoy having a brand new day. And I'd like to thank John for coming to my door last night. That's the name of my brother, my younger biological brother. We have no sisters in the immediate family. I might have had a sister by by marriage, but I doubt it now because my mom and dad are divorced. So it's or have been divorced since they've been alive. They were alive. So it's more personal information people would really like to hear, but oh well. It's out there in the public domain now. And when it's out there, it's out there. So just have to be comfortable with it being out there. So yeah, my brother gave me a $20 bill for my birthday. That really touched my heart. I really appreciate that. I wasn't expecting it because I know he works so hard and he loves his job at McDonald's so much, and I hope I'm a good example for him and stuff. And pardon the sniffles, folks. And I hope I'm making a difference in his life. And happy birthday to myself, of course. I was hoping to hear from my my American girlfriend, baby, who you know as Baby Lisa, real name Lisa Chapman, but she's so busy with kids, dogs, family life with mom and dad, and the rest of the brothers and sisters in the Chapman family. It's like, and running Kai Lewis store over at No Tan Lines. They have two locations now in Hawaii. Yeah, Kealu's Shopping Center is the name of the one in Kailua, and then the original location at Coco Marina Center on Kalanianaole Highway. What a long winding name to say on live blog, recorded blog anyway. Huh. Lord help me. And it's the blog that never ends. Well, it's about to end pretty quick. Because you don't want me sleeping during a live blog. It does not look pretty. So with that, I'm going to wrap things up for now. Thanks for watching my live blog, and I'll see you later. And I normally do the French, bienvenue à mon blog en direct, and merci pour regarder mon blog en direct, and à bientôt, and au revoir, and all this kind of my usual lead-ins, but I've decided today I'm just going to cut out all the fillers and just be the real James Brown for a change. So, bye folks. Take care. God bless.